Ну вот, пока вы не успели соскучиться, мы уже вернулись с Анкой. И теперь я представляю ее. В отличие от всех моих остальных гостей, Анка специализируется на преподавании детям и малышам. Чуть не сказала детям. О, ужас. И она ведет сертифицированные курсы для учителей. Ваша профессиональная география впечатляет. Анка работала в Польше, Великобритании, Италии, Испании, Бразилии, а теперь она в Москве.
Красивая фраза, география. География.
Профессиональная
да,
география.
Красиво,
да?
очень красиво, спасибо.
Еще Анка проводит научные исследования о новых методах преподавания английского детям. And I would like to switch to English so that to make it a bit more comfortable to you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I know that you're doing some research on very young learners. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you describe your project briefly?
It started as a part of the research project, as part of the university program, master's program at the University of Leicester. Hello to my tutor, Dr. Simon Harris. And it basically involves my students, very young learners, preschoolers, and I'm trying to find out what and how many and how often they use communication strategies that normally were so far researched with older learners. So I'm basically quite curious what they can do in terms of communication strategies.
And what can they do? So what are the findings
They
so far?
they can do a lot more, surprisingly a lot more. The basic result that I expected, because the similar research was done on older children. So the most important thing was that yes, they switch to L1, so Russian, and they do something that is called code switching. So that was what I expected, but I found out that there are also
code switching is when they mix both languages.
Yes, I wouldn't even call it mixing, because it just shows it's kind of a level up from translation. A student is using those words that he or she already knows in the foreign language, and then those gaps that will still be there, of course, are filled in with their native language. So these are the two most popular things.
And this is what is called code switching.
Yes, thank you. But there are other things that they do. And it shows, of course, it was a very small scale study, so nothing to be very excited about, but it shows that they are using, for example, such techniques as self-repair. So they make a sentence, they forget, for example, there was a sentence, it's lev. And then the same student, age 5, corrected herself, I think, lion. So, it shows that even a very young learner, a 5-year-old, is already a little bit more aware of what's going on, and they want to communicate for real. So they're using whatever tools they have.
Okay.
Разведена по техническим причинам тревога.
Okay.
Просьба соблюдать спокойствие, оставаться на своих местах.
Okay,
we
will. That's easily done.
We still have two more questions to discuss. Okay. How can these findings that you talked about can be applied to the classroom practice?
I think it makes us more aware. I think it makes us more aware of what students can do, and we can definitely apply some techniques to help them communicate better. For example, teaching them the language they might need. We normally teach them how to ask to go to the toilet, for example, ask for the green pencil, or say hello, or say goodbye, say sorry. I think a part of this range can be also, what is it? Or I don't understand. Even with the very young ones, this is one of the easiest thing to do, I guess.
Thank you. Generally, what are the main tendencies in teaching young learners and very young learners that you can point out?
I think for me the most exciting or the most interesting thing is that the very young learners, the group of very young learners is finally getting more recognition, shall we say. There are more course books, there are more trainings and seminars, and we are not just like some niche. We are a big niche, and we are a growing niche, so that is exciting.
Growing strong.
Yes, absolutely, especially in Moscow or in Russia, so that's good to see. As for the other things that have become recently more popular, I wouldn't want to be negative, because there is a market for those, but I'm not quite sure what I think about, for example, gamification or blended learning, online learning, when it comes to very young learners or young learners. I have doubts, but maybe it's because I'm a dinosaur teacher, but there is a market for it. People need it, some people use it, and successfully, I guess, so maybe it's just me.
But I don't teach young learners at all, but I can imagine that for let's say 5 or even 7-year-old kid is very complicated to just stay in front of the computer for at least 45 minutes.
For example.
And don't have this contact with the teacher just on the screen.
Or using, for example, flashcards that are such an important, or any other resources that you would have, or maybe I don't know enough basically about this kind of learning. And what's also important, well, I think for older learners, even when they are 7, they are learning to read and write. So this is, maybe it's just my imagination. I can't imagine this being done via Skype, for example.
Yeah, but I think that many people can share your skepticism. But me personally, I wouldn't like to.
On the other hand, you know what? Like, I would like to preserve. I know that we are bringing up students that are going to be living in a completely different world to the one that we are living in. So, of course, we need to prepare them for all those for this world, and we need to develop those 21st century skills, right? So I'm trying, but I think yes. But I would like to still keep a little bit of the old world, you know, like a real book, for example, like a paper storybook. Although the videos are great and the songs are great with videos, they are fantastic. But a real book, for example, would be lovely if we could still keep it.
Great. The last question I ask everyone: what are the courses that you're doing at BKC IH Moscow?
I am a tutor on 2 courses. One of them we started another round just yesterday, and it's IH VYL course for teachers who want to get more experience or more knowledge, more background when it comes to teaching the very young ones. And the other one we are going to run in June. And this is the course for teaching young learners in general, so all age groups, including very young learners as well. And this course has a practical component, so there is teaching practice, and the theoretical component as well. So that's going to be happening in June. Yes.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with your research.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.